Hi there. So I am making a Rapunzel dress for my 5-year-old to wear for Halloween. And I am starting with a CKC Larkin pattern because it has sort of that heart shape that's the front of Rapunzel's dress. The problem is that the Larkin dress, which by the way, I don't represent CKC in any way. I've made the Larkin dress a dozen times and it is probably all of my daughter's favorite dress. So go buy something from CKC. They have wonderful patterns and they are the starting point for my own pattern creation here. So anyway, because the Rapunzel dress has a front lace up, what I need to do is add the back part onto the pattern piece here so that it's one big piece that can loop around my child. And I've already done this here. I've got my pattern piece that I made here, and I got to the point where I added, subtracted, I messed around with the pattern. I realized that my white bed sheet here is a little bit stretchy, so I added the blue so it wouldn't stretch and I could get the pattern size correct. So it's all a bunch of trial and error. Don't feel discouraged if you have to do this multiple times. Clearly I had to cut, add, subtract multiple times to get it right. And the other thing that I did that is important is I added a 1/2 inch over here because it is going to be 2 fabric pieces sewn together. And if I kept the original piece and sewed here, I would be losing part of that heart shape on my final piece. So I added a seam allowance here so that when I sandwich the pieces together and create the finished edge on the front, I won't lose any of the original pattern. So now what I want to do though is more trial and error, because why not? The Rapunzel dress has sort of a plunging front centerpiece here. And so what I want to do is try and add a curve using my curve here. And I'm just gonna try and eyeball it and do a little bit more trial and error so that I can get the right shape to the corset piece. Pattern drafting the circle skirt for Rapunzel, I have gone back and forth between deciding whether to do a 1/2 circle, 3/4 circle, or full circle. And I've decided to do the full circle because I think I have enough fabric. And so anyway, this is just basic circle skirt drafting. You go to one of the many circle skirt calculators on the internet and you plug in your numbers and it sort of does it for you. The actual calculation, so my child's waist is 21.5 inches, 21 inches. She's kind of squirmy. I do want to add a little bit more though so that she can grow into it and also wear it for a little bit longer, and just so that she can pull it on over her hips without having to, break seams. So I added 2 inches, so I got 23 inches, and then divided by 2 pi, which is 6.28, 2 times 3.14, and the division, the answer is 3.66. And so what I did is on my piece of paper, which was a full corner up here, I just cut 3.66 off of the circle top, and then I added 19 inches is the length that I wanted, so I added 19 plus 3.66, and I got the long pieces on the side, and then just cut a giant quarter of a circle out. And if I can't do it with 2 folded edges on either side, then I will do a fold on one side and cut that out, and then do that again and have a seam on either side. And that's fine, no one's going to see it because there's a corset cover that goes over the bodice piece. So that's the circle skirt. Okay, I have my 60-inch, 2 yards of 60-inch wide fabric folded twice so that my pattern lies with one edge along one fold and one edge along the other fold. And then, providing that it doesn't keep curling up on me, I will probably clip it down because I don't want to put too many pins through this fabric. I'm not sure how it'll take to pins. And yeah, then I will cut. And this is the circle skirt cut out and pinned to my dress form just so that it can drape and ease, and it'll probably settle a bit or whatever fabric does at this point. So my child's dress form is a little bit bigger than my 5-year-old, so this isn't exactly right, but it gives an idea of how the bodice will be. So that curve that I added, just that little bit of a plunge, that turned out just right on the first try. No math, no nothing involved. I just eyeballed it and it looked good. So I'm gonna leave it like that. This other piece obviously will come out to here. And then I marked where the straps will go because Rapunzel has sort of wide set straps. Obviously on the dress form, it looks like it's too far wide, but on my child, it hits about mid-shoulder, which is fine because I want to have room for a puff sleeve up here and a knit fabric attached for the long sleeve because it's winter, it'll be cold, she'll want long sleeves. And Rapunzel has long sleeves anyway. So I have this nightgown pattern, which has the type of puff sleeves that I'm looking for. And the trouble is it has the high neck, which I don't want. So more pattern alteration, because pattern alteration is fun. Here we go. So I took my Rapunzel corset piece with the drop waist and I held the pattern up to about where it would go. And I decided where I wanted my neckline to be and I just cut it away and made a new neckline. And then I put it together with my fabric and I have my smock here, which, pardon, this is a very dirty old bed sheet, but it gets the point across. And what I will do is I've already put some elastic through a casing here, and I think I'll make the casing in the front so I can put the little elastic bow here. That'll be cute, and I can always trim it with lace or something if I need to. But I think that will be fine for the smock. I decided I'm not going to do one piece for the top. Instead, I looked at a photo. I don't know if I can show you the photo, but there's a photo that shows that Rapunzel is clearly wearing a slip, a white undergarment of some sort. So this will be white with purple sleeves or purple and pink sleeves, and that will go underneath her dress. She'll put the skirt on top of it and then the corset on top of that. And I think that means I am for reals ready to start with the actual fabric now, but I will start with the smock since that is the easiest thing to do first. Here's the smock, or the undergarment, whatever you want to call it, and it is finished. I didn't film sewing it because, I mean, it's just basic sewing. I sewed at the shoulder, showed the side seams, attached the sleeve. After gathering it at the top, I sewed the inside here with a little bit of elastic. I know there's stretch in the fabric, but I wanted it to be a real poofy sleeve, so I added elastic onto the sleeve. So the sleeve is knit, and I cover stitched the hems would be nice. I debated putting lace on there, but I don't have any stretch lace. And yeah, if I really want to, I can go get some stretch lace to cover up the stitches. And then the hem has the lace on it. I added a little bit of purple because I thought it was pretty. So there's the bottom piece. Here's the corset piece. The grommets are in. I've got gold lacing right here, so it can be laced up. I know Rapunzel's eyelets are a little bit smaller, but I mean, my daughter is 5. She's not going to want to stand there while I lace her up a million times. I did get some pulling in the fabric when I did the grommets. I'm not pleased about that. It is reinforced. It's just such cheap fabric. So yeah, I just sandwiched the pieces together over gold trim, put some elastic in the sleeves. It's not a complicated piece. This is the Modesty placket that I put in here. Melly Sews has a really nice tutorial on how to do these. I just eyeballed it. Again, it's for a 5-year-old. There's some nylon boning that I just sew on boning. It's not a casing or anything. I just sewed it straight in there. So yeah, that's the corset. And then the dress, the skirt portion, is an elastic waistband with just some gold front pieces. I debated putting another layer on the skirt, but it has such nice twirl to it right now that I decided to just keep it simple. And that's it.